Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yesterday, I made a video on some articles reporting on the death of one ex-US Marine killed in Ukraine. He was 21 years old, and he went to Ukraine as an instructor through a how do you call that, military private company. Not a mercenary company, just a military private company. And unfortunately for him, he and his family, he was killed in Avdiivka. Now we have another another example of another ex-Marine being killed in Ukraine. This guy might have some notoriety, or at least you might have heard of him, because he also wrote a book, I found out, about his experience in Iraq and I think Afghanistan as well. So he was 45, this one. He was born in Ireland. He enrolled in the US Marines. He fought for the US. Then he wrote a book, and then he went to fight in Ukraine, and finally he found his death over there. So I said many times before, more and more foreign language speakers will be eliminated in Ukraine, because Ukraine, I think, keeps running out, or is on the way of running out of personnel. That's no wonder why they want to mobilize 500,000 people. Also, they want to get you, the ones who live in the West or wherever you live, Ukrainian citizens, they want to get you to fight for Ukraine. So get ready. Umerov already is ready, preparing the orders. So let's go to this little article. I have two actually. And here you have this Irish-born Marine veteran who wrote of Iraq war, not Afghanistan, killed in Ukraine. Marine Corps Times report. Now this is from December 19th, 2023. All right, it seems like he enjoyed his experience. Okay, a Marine veteran who once penned a book about his experiences as an Irishman in the US Marine Corps was killed in Ukraine. Graham Dale, 45, was killed on December 9th while fighting off an attack by Russian troops on a Ukrainian position. His commander, Ryan O'Leary, told Task and Purpose. So his commander was another Ukrainian. But hey, why do you care, right? Ireland's Department of Foreign Affairs was aware of Dale's case and providing consular assistance, but declined to comment further, a spokesperson told Marine Corps Times on Wednesday. So in his 2009 book, The Green Marine, An Irishman's War in Iraq, written with Neil Featherstone-Hogg, Dale recounted living in the United States when the 9/11 attacks occurred and signing up for the Marines the very afternoon. That tells you what? He knew who the terrorists were, he knew who the enemy was, and he went and fought for the good. It says here, I'm not an American, but I couldn't remain impartial and say that this horrific act against my adopted home had nothing to do with me. Yeah, but you don't beat your mom because your neighbor did something to your family. Okay, you go to see and find out who the perpetrator is, and you find out, and then you make a decision. You just don't all right, use me, because they used you. They used you. So let's see the other article here. That's my assessment on the situation, and I will keep saying it because I think I'm closer to the truth than the garbage we're fed about 9/11 and Saddam Hussein and all this ISIS, and now in Gaza and Putin. I think it's a bunch of words meant to form our opinion and allow us to be used, I think. So, task purpose: US Marine vet in Ukraine repulsed Russian attack in final moments. They all die, I don't know, they all die as heroes. I don't have anything for this guy or against this guy. That's not my purpose. He thought it's a good decision to go over there to fight for the good. He went and he fought for the good in Iraq. He thought that he fights for the good here in Ukraine. He went and he fought for the good, or whatever values or understanding he had, like we all do. So his decision is all his, and whatever. But on the other hand, I'm not supposed to turn full retard and say, wait a minute, just a second. Don't you see that almost all, when it's on our side, people who die, unfortunately, in wars or anything like this, they all die in a heroic death. And almost always the enemy dies in a laughable and, despicable way, like how do you call that? Like cowards. I tell you one hero, then I hope he was not under any influence, or he didn't seem to, but one hero. That guy, that Ukrainian guy who was caught by the Russians, and the gun was pointed at him, and he was smoking that cigarette, remember? And he said, Slava Ukraine, and he was shot the second he said it. So that tells me that it was already pointed to him. So that's a hero. That's a hero. Why? Because of his spirit. He said, you know what? And the guy shot him like, that was, I want to say, it was unnecessary, but that's a mild word. That's a war crime. Why? Because he said that. You can't just do that. But I guess they could, but nevertheless, let's go. So I have no problem with this guy who went over there and he lost his life. But again, they seem to all, be the last ones, and maybe he was. I'm just pointing out, pay attention to these things. A U.S. Marine veteran born, has been killed in Ukraine while repelling an assault by Russian troops that had broken through his unit's line, a fellow American veteran told Task and Purpose. Graham Dale was killed in close quarters fighting on December 9. He was at least the 10th former U.S. Marine killed in Ukraine, according to a list compiled by Task and Purpose of U.S. veterans who have died in Ukraine since 2022. On December 9, Dale and a team of Ukrainian troops, and his commander was, and I don't know if that commander was commander in Iraq or was the commander in here. No. This is Ryan O'Leary was his commander in Ukraine, because he says that he was killed while fending off an attack Russian troops on Ukrainian position. His commander told that. So, but here they tell us that they were together with a Marine killed in Ukraine, who died, and he was together with the Ukrainians. So it says here, on December 9, Dale and a team of Ukrainian troops left the safety of their defensive fortifications to prevent the Ukrainian position that was surrounded by Russian troops from falling, said U.S. Army veteran Ryan O'Leary, leads foreign volunteers in Chosen Company, which is attached to Ukraine's 59 Motorized Brigade. Instead of retreating or hiding, he ran into combat. Now, that's a hero, according to this person's testimony, or not even testimony, statement. O'Leary told Task and Purpose Dale killed multiple enemy soldiers before being wounded. The enemy assault was stopped due to his actions and those of the Ukrainians with him, which prevented the line from collapsing. Dale was wounded in the fighting, O'Leary said. As he tried to get back under cover, he was hit again after a Russian drone dropped 2 munitions. His teammates had brought him back to safety and performed life-saving measures on him, but he died of his wounds. So he moved to Texas in 2000 and became a dual Irish citizen, American citizen. So he was fighting for someone else based on his decisions. I don't know, his convictions. So it happens. My point is, more of people like this gentleman here, I don't know if he was a gentleman, but Dale, I think, in my assessment, is used, or at least there's guys who are in charge of us with their interest, with economic, financial interest. They have sincere people like Graham Dale, who, sincerely believed that he fought the evil. I think he didn't have I don't know what he had. That I can only look at his decisions, but I can't ignore what I understand of the situation. And I think he fought something that was not his war, but again, it was his decision. So he died, according to O'Leary, as a hero. Obviously, he went over there. He fought with courage. So that's a virtue. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.